Good morning, Enid. It is Thursday, August 6th, currently 73 degrees, and we're just on our way to a very pleasant, humid 98 hot degrees today. Welcome to, the August heat here in Oklahoma. We're glad that you're with us. I'm Steve Kime.
Good morning, Enid. I'm Sara, DelAngel.
Grab a cup of coffee, join us for the next 30 minutes. We always refer to it as the fastest 30 minutes because we have news, weather, sports. We have a special guest. Sometimes the puppy dog shows up. There's a lot goes on in the next 30 minutes. We're glad that you're with us. Sara, we're going to have to behave ourselves because the teacher's in the house. Or, well, I'll just say teacher. That may give away our special guest, but I think he's a little bit more than a teacher. But anyway, you will have to get your assignments turned in and behave yourself this morning.
Okay, good. Well, Enid, it's time to rise and shine.
Good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us at 7:31. If you got to get to the office by 8 o'clock, roughly 29 minutes, that we're glad that you join us. I want to say a special happy belated birthday via the internet to my sister. My much older sister had a birthday this week. Can I say that? Much older?
Yes,
Since I was the baby of the family, even though I'm not so much the baby anymore. Anyway, she's watching this morning all the way from the big city of Perry, Oklahoma, via the internet. And so, you know, you can watch this show really around the globe. As long as you can get to the internet, you can watch Good Morning Enid live. So anyway, Kathy, happy belated birthday to you. And anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you're doing well. Have a great birthday week, if you will. Well, it's 73. And for our pilots that are watching, the wind's out of the east-southeast around 10 miles per hour this morning. And it's going to be a hot 98 degrees today. Now, Sara, you're here to bring good news, but I'm afraid in this 3-day forecast,
They're not so good.
It's not so good.
No.
So can you make that forecast good news for us?
Yeah, we're looking at a really hot summer weekend. It'll be perfect if you want to go out to the lake, spend some friends time or family time. But it's definitely good to be inside the mall shopping or at the lake.
That's it. Oh, and it's, speaking of inside the mall shopping, my wife, I was asking her if we could do this and this on Saturday, and she said no, she's busy. And I go, what? And she goes, it's tax-free weekend.
Yes, there is a lot to do this weekend, and I actually have been waiting for tax-free weekend for quite some time.
Yeah, I'm thinking lake, I'm thinking swimming pool, I'm thinking maybe some yard work, go out to eat or whatever, and she's busy, she's booked. She goes, I'm sorry, it's tax-free weekend, I got things to do. So anyway, that's kind of what my Saturday's going to look at. So anyway, 100 degrees, folks, and seriously, yesterday I was out by Weldon Park and to check on really the park, and there were two City of Enid employees, and Philip and Bobby. And these guys were just sopping wet. It was 96 degrees. They just finished mowing and trimming the park area, and it just looked so nice. But I took a picture of them, and Derrick, Silas placed it on Facebook, and we just want to say thanks to all of our employees. And we even had a citizen say thank you to some employees for mowing some particular areas because it is really hot and miserable. So we just appreciate all the hard work, but everybody's kind of used to this. This is August. This is what happens. So, well, let's go right to the news right off the bat with the Oklahoma Minute and Derrick, Silas, so we can find out some of the statewide news that happened overnight.
Good morning, Enid. A news crew from Korea stopped by a charter school in Oklahoma City to do a documentary on the revitalization of downtown Oklahoma City. In other news, the Oklahoma City Zoo breaks its attendance record. The attendance through June was 1,046,074 visitors, which may come from the birth of an Asian elephant, a baby giraffe, and a baby gorilla within the last year. In Tulsa, Oklahoma Career Tech honors Jackie Archer, a Lawton teacher who built a biomedical science and medicine program from the ground. In sports, Oklahoma City Thunder star Kevin Durant made a surprise visit to a yogurt shop to ask ideas from children on how to make their community better. And linebacker Frank Shannon returns to the University of Oklahoma's football team after a year of suspension. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Sara.
Derrick, thank you very much. It's 7:35. Thank you for joining us. Good morning, Enid. Holding steady at 73, but the not so good news, it's going to be a hot 98 degrees today. And last night about 8:30 or so, I had just finished mowing, live out on the farm, so I was mowing the back 40 as I call it. And I was looking towards the south and these huge Oklahoma, what are they called? Golly, what's the fancy word? Nimbus clouds or whatever. I'm not sure of that fancy. Anyway, they were just massive, and you could see the lightning going off on the inside. It was just one of those Kodak moments, looking to the south, or to the south, and see those massive clouds. And I later learned that those clouds were dropping rain over Oklahoma City.
Oh, wow.
But they looked so close to the farm where I was at. But it just made you want to just get that camera, which I didn't have, and take a picture because of massive clouds. It was just very picturesque. So no rain for today. We'd like to remind everybody, Tour de Trikes is coming up in a couple weeks, I believe, and we've got a street closing. I think Penn's going to be able to show this information on the screen for you. Thank you, Penn. Starting tomorrow, our Parks Department folks, they're going to be putting up a banner, and they're also going to be removing a tree. They're on Randolph. So between Grand and Independence, that's on the north side of the square, folks. That's going to be closed from early 6 o'clock tomorrow morning on Friday to around noon. Again, they're going to put up a banner where that area is and also remove a tree. So that's a street closing that will be for tomorrow morning. So you want to keep that in mind. So what else do we have for what's going on?
Just a reminder, tax-free weekend like we were talking about, it's this weekend. If you've been wanting to purchase any big items, this is definitely that weekend for you to go out there and buy. I'm also really excited because it's First Friday. First Friday is something I always look up for, or look forward to, and it's this Friday, August 7th, from 6 to 9 in the downtown area. It's perfect time to go out and eat, hang out with friends.
Eat, yeah. And Sara, I want to mention also that Christopher Sneed on our ETN staff, he's going to be downtown on First Friday with the camera, and he's going to be set up. And he's going to be asking people what they like about Enid or why they live in Enid. So please go by. I'm not sure exactly where Christopher's going to be set up at, but the camera's going to be rolling Friday night. So if you want to get on tape and you want to get on television to give us in a 1 or 2 sentences why you like living in Enid, Christopher Sneed's going to be there First Friday. Camera's rolling, and we want you to stop by and say that. Also, I believe they call it Feed the Neighborhood. Such a great cause. And it's obvious in a few moments when you hear our special guest that school is just about in session. But Feed the Neighborhood is coming up this Sunday. As you can see, it's kind of sponsored by just numerous individuals that are all about giving back to the community. And they're putting, it's going to be at Government Springs Park. I have not attended this, but I know for the last couple of years it's well attended. But it's such a great cause. And it just speaks volumes for the community of Enid. And that's Feed the Neighborhood, and that is on this coming Sunday. So it's 7:39. Good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us. And we have another department head video that we want to introduce. I think we're going to introduce to you Scott Morris and our Utility Services Department, and then we're going to have our special guest in just a moment. Thanks for staying with us.
Hello, my name is Scott Morris, and I serve as the Utility Services Manager. The function of Utility Services is to produce and maintain billing records for over 20,000 accounts and assist citizens with service or billing issues. Utilizing the latest technology, our meters are equipped with radios that transmit usage data for accurate billing cycles, which are billed monthly. If I can be assistance to you, please contact me at the number provided on our website. Thank you.
Well, like Steve was mentioning earlier, we have a special guest today. He's actually Texas-born, Texas-raised, and he's actually here today this morning
where was
visiting.
that?
Texas-born, Texas-raised.
Yeah, that's a foreign country.
And he's actually here with us visiting, and he'll be interviewing with Jomara. But now to you, Jomara.
Good morning, Enid. Our guest this morning is the Enid Public School Superintendent, Dr. Darrell Floyd. Just as Sara mentioned, he's been in Enid, this is his second year. And since school is starting in a couple of weeks, I would like to ask you, what is the mission statement of the Enid Public Schools? I'm gonna read it here, but I just wanna ask you, what does it mean? How do you plan to achieve this goal?
Okay.
And this statement reads, to promote lifelong learning through educational excellence.
All right, well, first off, we've got an addition to that because recently we just went through a very comprehensive process to develop our new strategic plan that'll kind of be a long-range plan for us for the next 3 to 5 years. It'll kind of give us a roadmap, and we had well over 1,000 people across the community provide input to that process, either through attending a community event or a meeting that we invited them to, or through surveys and that type of thing. So the addition to that statement is actually our call to action, and it is all EPS learners will be fully equipped at every level to be responsible, well-rounded global citizens. And we all know that we live in a global society now, so we got to try to prepare these kids to be a member of that global society. But the outcome of that, and now it's been approved by our school board, and we are in the process of beginning to go about the business of achieving all these items. And we have 7 broad goals in that strategic plan: personnel and professional development, facilities, community-parent relationships, curriculum and instruction, assessment and accountability, enrichment opportunities, and character development. So those are the broad 7 goals that we'll be trying to achieve in the next 3 to 5 years.
Excellent. Now, switching gears a little bit, the new Welcome Center, it's located where the administration center was located before, which is on Garriott and Independence Streets, I believe. Can you tell me more about the Welcome Center?
Sure. We just recently moved next door into what was an old gym right there on the corner of Garriott and Independence, and that now serves as our ASC, our Administrative Services Center. And the building next door that our administration offices were in now becomes the offices for the folks that were housed in the old Harrison Elementary building, which are our special education services. So now that building will be called SSC, Special Services Center. But now in our new facility, newly renovated facility, it's not a brand new building, been around since the WPA days, but it's a wonderful facility, two stories, and our officers are there, but also on the first floor in the corner is the new Welcome Center that is a great benefit to our parents, because now there is one central location for them to come to enroll their kids, regardless of the campus that they're going to be at, and regardless of the number of kids they have in the household, because those forms that the parents used to get at the beginning of school that used to take forever to fill out now can be pre-populated. So once you fill it out for one kid, well, then you don't have to fill out everything else for the other kids that are in the same household. So I think it's going to be a great benefit, not only for the parents, but also for the campuses as well.
Yes, I think, like you said, it's a great location, very strategic location, and it will make the parents' life very easy just to enroll the kids at one place.
Working out very well, and this is the first year for that. So if we have parents out there that haven't enrolled their kids yet, we would certainly encourage them to stop by.
Excellent, thank you. Now for our third question, the AF report card system was adopted into law by the Oklahoma legislature in 2011. Can you tell me your thoughts on this A through F report card system?
Well, most educators are in favor of accountability, and they want the best for students. The system, however, the A through F system, is a flawed system that, in my opinion, needs significant revision or deletion, because the end result of that, regardless of the fact that people would like to negate this, is that it inappropriately targets economically disadvantaged campuses with a moniker or a title or a grade that negates completely all the great things that are happening on that campus and provides a label based on the lowest common denominator on that particular campus. So you can look at the ratings across the state and see that the mid to lower range ratings are those campuses and districts that have a higher percentage of poverty and economically disadvantaged students within them. And I don't think we ought to be about negative monikers or labels and negate all the great things that are happening in all of our campuses.
Right, I agree. It's, so to speak, it's not like comparing apples to apples, because not every district is on the same circumstances.
True.
And as a parent, I know that when I look for a school and I see grades in other states, it is confusing. It could lead you to believe that the school may not be performing well, and that's not the case.
And says nothing about the great things that happen on a daily basis there.
Exactly, exactly. Well, thank you for sharing your thoughts on that matter. Now, what challenges do you face leading a school district this size versus a school district the size of Texas, for example? Or
Okay, yeah, I came from Texas, and
Yeah.
and I was had 17 years of superintendent experience there before I came north of the Red River, and it's always interesting moving north of the Red River and having to answer that question. But it's been a great move, as you said earlier. I'm starting my second year, and I've really enjoyed my time here. But the challenges, some of the challenges that are different than where I came from, was certainly dealing with the fast enrollment growth of this school district, because it is one of the fastest growing school districts in the state of Oklahoma, and so we are trying to take proactive measures in dealing with that growth and making sure that we have in place what is needed to accommodate that growth. Another one is teacher shortage. It is very real, and it is a problem not only in this state but becoming a nationwide problem, and we've got to find a way to get more kids in the pipeline that become teachers and help them with that process. And then when you're 48th in the nation in teacher pay, it's not a good thing. The low teacher pay is an issue that needs to be addressed, and all that combined are some issues that we have to deal with on a daily basis, and we're attempting to do that with our strategic plan.
Great. Well, thanks for sharing that. Now, what did you learn about yourself this first year as superintendent in Oklahoma, in Enid, Oklahoma?
Well, I made a concerted effort my first year here to try to get involved in a number of community activities. I'm a member of Rotary Club and Noon Ambucks, and I'm on the Chamber of Commerce board. Just recently came onto the board of St. Mary's Hospital, Garfield County Health Department board member, and United Way member, and this year EPS will be chairing the United Way campaign, so I needed another iron in the fire, so jumped into that. But I'm a very strong supporter of United Way. I think it helps a lot of folks in need in our community, in our area, and I've been a long-time supporter of United Way, so glad to help out with that. So that has really helped me meet a lot of people and learn a lot of things about the local community. But on the other side, sometimes you can stretch yourself a little too thin. So sometimes I have to learn to say no.
Yeah, but what a great way to learn to know your community by enrolling on these boards.
Yeah, and I left out Leadership Greater Enid. Was a participant last year in Leadership Greater Enid, and that was very beneficial. Got to meet a lot of people and got some exposure to some areas of the community that I might not otherwise get to so quickly.
Great.
Very good experience.
Now, for our last question, what is the best thing about your job as superintendent of Enid schools?
Well, it provides me an opportunity to have an impact on over 8,000 students on a daily basis and get to work with over 1,000 employees in EPS. And it's good that we have an enrollment increase. That's better than declining like some school districts across the state. And I get to work with those folks and also work with a very supportive school board that tries to keep the students' best interest at heart at all times. And that's really what it's about. We're in a kid business, and we ought to be about trying to make kids' lives better on a daily basis, and that's what we try to focus on.
Yes, and you know, the children are the future.
That's right.
So what best way to invest in them? So that's all we need to do.
That's right.
Well, Dr. Floyd, thank you very much for joining us this morning. Before we go, if someone wants to reach you, how can they best reach you?
Okay, we are right at the corner of Garrett and Independence and our newly renovated ASC, Administrative Services Center, and we'll have a new electronic marquee out there here pretty soon that'll scroll some information, but they can reach us there or at 366-7000.
Very good. Well, thank you again. We appreciate your visit.
Right.
Now back to you, Steve and Sara.
Jomara, thank you. Dr. Floyd, thank you for being with us. Good morning, Enid. It's 7:51. It's holding steady at 73 degrees. I'd like to remind you, speaking of the education school system, at 8 o'clock this morning we have a City Connection show with Doctor. Well, he just went from Coach Steve Hayes to Dr. Steve Hayes. No, it's Coach Steve Hayes is coming up at 8 o'clock, so keep that in mind here on Channel 12. So anyway, what's next for us?
And now for our department video with Billy McBride.
Hello and welcome to Public Works. I am Billy McBride and serve as Director. The Public Services Department is responsible for the physical structures and facilities that house governmental functions and provide transportation, drainage, and flood control, water, waste disposal, and similar services. We manage the construction of new facilities, maintain existing facilities, and are dedicated to providing continuously better service to the public. If I can be of service to you, please contact me at the number provided on our website. Thank you.
Thank you, AJ. Just really want to say thanks to everybody who works behind the scenes to make our show possible. Hope Frisbee, our intern here at the City of Enid for HR and also for the Enid Television Network, her last Thursday morning behind the camera, excuse me, is today. And the young lady is going to Virginia. For some reason, she's leaving the state. But we just really appreciate Hope. And check out our Facebook page and you see what Hope looks like. Right now, she's behind the camera making faces at me, so we're unable to put her on camera. If we could only capture that look that she has. Anyway, we wish her the best, but this is her last Thursday, and we appreciate everybody behind the scenes that helps us out. Okay, it's 7:53, and we got to talk to Derrick Silas one more time to find out. He had some good news about the attendance at the Oklahoma City Zoo, and so this is the Oklahoma Minute with Derrick Silas.
Good morning again. This is the Oklahoma Minute. A news crew from Korea stopped by a charter school in Oklahoma City to do a documentary on the revitalization of downtown Oklahoma City. The Oklahoma City Zoo breaks its attendance record. The attendance through June was 1,046,074 visitors, which may come from the birth of an Asian elephant, a baby giraffe, and a baby gorilla within the last year. In Tulsa, Oklahoma Career Tech honors Jackie Archer, a Lawton teacher who built a biomedical science and medicine program from the ground up. She was awarded $10,000 by Express Employment Professionals. In sports, Oklahoma City Thunder star Kevin Durant made a surprise visit to a yogurt shop to ask ideas from children on how to make their community better. And linebacker Frank Shannon returns to the University of Oklahoma's football team after a year of suspension. And that's the Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Sara.
Caught me drinking coffee. Okay, it's time for our pet promo, and we'll be back in just a moment right after this. Stay tuned.
Are you wanting to bring home a new family member, but you don't know where to look? There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Come by the Enid Animal Shelter or visit our Facebook page. Adopt.
Good morning, Enid. It's 7:55, holding steady at 73 degrees. How hot is it going to be today?
It's going to be a high of 98.
It's going to be a hot 98 degrees today. But that's good news because this weekend is going to be 102 degrees. It is sad to say, well, we kind of have an educational theme this morning. Hannah Nelson, who's been with us since January bringing a pet, she's leaving us, but she's going to go teach school. She's a teacher, and so we just wish Hannah well. And there she is. Hannah, thank you for being here. And look at this precious puppy dog. Sara, who do we have today?
This is Scout, and he is a shepherd mix. He's very playful and gets along with other dogs, which is a very good thing.
Look at those big feet.
He's a male, and he's
that.
4 months, so he's just a baby.
Look at that.
$70 if you want to take him. I think he's gorgeous.
Yes.
What do you think, Steve?
Look at that. Scout, look at that. I mean, to sit in the lap like that. Of course, Hannah's a great handler with dogs and stuff like that. So, Hannah, hold still and hang on to Scout. We don't want him to jump out of your lap. We just want to say thank you, Hannah, because you've been here on Thursday mornings when it was snowing, when it was cold and icy and rainy, bringing pets. And we just want to present this little thank you gift to you, and we'll put it on the table. Go ahead, Jomara. Just go ahead and place it on the table. And this is not for you, Hannah. This is for Scout, okay?
Thank you, Hannah.
So, and it just says, thank you, Hannah. Not, you know, I wanted pink and purple. I'm not sure that's pink and purple. It's almost like the Oklahoma City Thunder colors there for a little bit. But it's our way, Hannah, to say thanks, and we appreciate you and the work that you did at the Animal Control Office, and especially to find pets' homes. So, folks, if you want to help out Hannah and get a hold of Scout for today, it's what, 249-4910? You'd think I'd have this committed to memory. Yeah. So, Hannah, I know you don't have a microphone, but is there anything that you just want to wave goodbye and go into the sunset, or? And you can see Hannah on a City of Enid Facebook site. She has us there, and we have her there with pictures of Scout. And how much did you say, Sara?
70.
Okay.
And that includes the rabies shot.
Okay, look at that left ear, just straight up. Uh-oh, he's got a whiff of that sugar, I think, on that cake. So 249-4910 if you want to give Scout a home. Hannah, thank you very much. We got to get out of here, Sara. It's still holding steady at 73 degrees. And thank you for being here this morning. You look bright and cheerful.
Yes, yes. I have to for this hot summer day.
Yeah, it's true. Well, thank you for being with us. Until next Thursday, make it a great day. Good morning, Enid. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday, August 6th.